Liverpool have reached an agreement with the World Cup maestro with a £103 million release clause. Liverpool have reportedly reached a pre-contractual agreement with one of the World Cup's best-performing players and are looking to develop an integral position. The World Cup is in its final stages after almost a month full of sorrows, surprises and controversies. Argentina, Croatia, France and Morocco are the only teams remaining. Argentina beat the Netherlands on penalties in the quarter-finals and drew 2-2 after extra time. This win kept Lionel Messi's World Cup dream alive. A few stars debuted in this World Cup. Cody Gakpo managed to score 3 goals before the Netherlands lost to Argentina. Goncalo Ramos scored a hat-trick for Portugal against Switzerland, but could not prevent them from passing Morocco. Enzo Fernandez has been a rock in midfield for Argentina and will likely start against Croatia. All 3 of these players could go to the Premier League. Gakpo and Ramos are Manchester United goals, but they will only sign one. Fernandes is expected to join Liverpool. Fernandes looks like he could move to England. Liverpool began preliminary talks with Benfica for the midfielder on Saturday. And now, there are allegations that Jürgen Klopp's side has reached a pre-contractual settlement with Fernandes. Reports from Portugal and Spain confirm this information. Fernandes has agreed to join Liverpool next summer as long as Merseyside Giants and Benfica can set the transfer fee. But it won't be easy. Benfica has proven to have tough negotiations in the past. They resisted quite a lot on the Darwin Nunez transfer and forced Liverpool to pay £85 million. Fernandes has a £103 million release clause in his contract with Benfica. It shouldn't cost Liverpool this much next summer, but it certainly won't come cheap. While the 21-year-old is definitely on Klopp's radar, the completion of this transfer will depend heavily on how talks go between Liverpool and Benfica officials. There is also the conundrum surrounding Borussia Dortmund's Jude Bellingham. If Liverpool spend most of their budget on Fernandes, they won't have enough money to take down Bellingham. However, in recent weeks, FSG has put the club's shares on sale for this very reason. In fact, it seems quite impossible for the Reds to finish 2 big transfers as we normally think. However, the club management has put the club's shares on sale to increase the budget, and it is claimed that the main purpose is to increase the transfer budgets. So if a new investor arrives before the next summer's transfer window, the transfer budget could be spent on Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham. He may be the transfer that Liverpool fans are most eager for without a doubt. If Liverpool needs to revise their midfield and they are going to spend money, it would not be misleading to say that they are after the 2 best names. Liverpool have found their next £31 million Luis Diaz. Considering that Liverpool will be missing Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota for a while, you can expect plenty of connections with the attackers entering the January transfer window, even if a midfielder is a higher priority. Darwin was playing in the second tier of Spanish football with Nunez Almeria when Liverpool won the Premier League in 2019-2020. The Uruguayan scored 16 goals in 30 games for Mario Silva's team, helping them place 4th in the table. Following this impressive campaign, Nunez was transferred to Benfica for £31 million and became Liverpool's record signing after spending 2 seasons with the Primeira Liga side. Last year, another striker made a name for themselves in the Segunda Division. Villarreal has loaned Alex Bina to Girona. The Spanish star made 42 appearances here, scoring 5 goals and providing 7 assists. He also established himself as a key man by helping them get back to La Liga through the playoffs. Now back at Villarreal, 21-year-old Bina has entered the radar of Liverpool, as well as Premier League rivals Manchester City, Chelsea and Arsenal. Italian sources say once again that Liverpool are now interested. This time, Milan also has him on their radar as a possible replacement for Rafael Leao. The Yellow Submarine, who lost to Liverpool in the Champions League semi-finals last season, want to keep him at least 2 or 3 more seasons, but the situation is out of their hands. This is because the player has a £31 million release clause in his contract. Villarreal wants him to sign a new deal with a higher clause. But Bina, knowing that the British Giants are interested in her, may hesitate. Liverpool used the same trick to land Ibrahima Konate from Leipzig last summer. With the necessary credentials to play on the front line, Bina has scored 9 goals and provided 4 assists so far this season. He contributed a goal every 97 minutes. In the words of talent scout Jacek Kulik, the start of the season was sensational. While watching the player's highlights, the main thing that stands out is his outstanding dribbling ability. Bina's diversion is deadly, and she often uses skill pieces to make a way out of difficult situations or challenges. He can beat multiple players in a single run, which is testament to the variety of his moves and also his high acceleration. It's no surprise that defenders often make a challenge to try and stop him, and this can make him a magnet for fouls. Bina likes to get in from both wings. He can also pick sharp passes when he's not running with the ball. Bina can play perfectly weighted balls behind opposing defenses, sometimes even listening to them with a degree of arrogance. It can also create great opportunities for teammates with crosses, either by driving low across the turf or by digging near the sideline. Similar to Luis Diaz, Bina has some amazing long-range goals in his locker. He showed unstoppable shots from the top right from about 20 meters against Tenerife and Valladolid last season. Against Real Oviedo, he followed a gap in his right boot and hit the far corner. The most daring has to be his acrobatic effort earlier in the season at Hapoel Beersheva. If he pushes himself to the starting side, or rather whenever, it will be exciting to watch his progress this season. Liverpool have recently entered into deals with their manager, Stella Sports, which represents Konate's 2021 acquisition. It shouldn't come as a surprise that they've rebooted the phone to bolster their attack depth and add another future star. While Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz are not expected to return early, Bina's contribution to the team could be quite high. He is only 21 years old and very open to development. It will be impressive to see how Klopp will take himself in his hands. Klopp expects the significant Liverpool player to take a big step forward in his recovery this week. Jürgen Klopp gave a positive update on Naby Keita this week. Keita played 30 minutes against Lyon on Sunday. Depending on how you view the Community Shield, Keita hasn't actually played competitive football since the Champions League final. But Sunday was a big step up, and Klopp believes Keita will take another one this week. Liverpool will face Milan in the other friendly match in the middle of the season, and Guinea expects to get more minutes. It was Naby's first 30 minutes after a long hiatus. That was important, Klopp said. He's an important player. The information from the health department was that we only had to use him for 30 minutes. So he can play against Milan next Friday, probably a little longer. Keita's contract expires at the end of the season, and there is little talk of a new contract. If he wants to stay at Liverpool, then he needs to shoot in the Reds' midfield. Keita will only stay at the club if he can take the field consistently. And from his point of view, even if he doesn't want a new deal, he will want to show it. Keita has an incredible talent that will make him a key target for some big clubs, but if he's going to stay in shape and perform, they'll give him what he wants. Clubs can offer him a pre-contract from the 1st of January, so the next few weeks are critical.